What's going on, guys? And for the win here, we are back with our franchise mode as the Seattle Vikings. And here we are right after the draft in the re-sign phase, going into free agency. And there is definitely some things here that can improve our team, the big one being Oliver Ekman-Larsson. So before we get into all that, let's check out the awards. And on the topic of the predictions, no one got 2 or more correct. So I failed to mention that in the last one, but that's why we didn't show anything on screen. So the Stanley Cup went to the Calgary Flames. Presidents went to New York. Did we already show these? Wait. I think we already... Did we? Yeah, we fucking showed these. My bad. We already showed these last video. Yeah. My bad, guys. My bad. I was like, wait. I had like a flashback. I'm like, I definitely already showed these in the last one. Oh, man. What's up with my formatting here for franchise mode? Figure it out, Sin. Get on your game. Alright, so... let's get into it and figure out if we're going to sign Oliver Ekman-Larsson, which I think we should. And we can give him a 2-year deal for around $10 million or so. And I think that'll be perfect. Take him up till he's 34. That's a good amount of time for him to kind of be an anchor back there on our defensive core. And definitely provide us with some more scoring there. So, 2-year deal. Should be able to get him for 10 mil. Might even bump him up to 11 just to make sure we get him. I do not want anyone swooping in and stealing this guy from us. So we might do that. 2 years at 11 mil. And we can definitely afford that. Before I even do that, I'll show you why. And I'll also to kind of check for my own memory. In our contract screen, we have Nyquist coming off. So he's going to take some money. But we still have 36 million of cap space. I wish I could check like years left. You know what I can do? Well, here we go. Vorobjov's going to need a contract as a Sim. Vorobjov's going to take about 3 mil or so. Sim may be the same thing because he's about a third liner. Nyquist is going to take closer to 5-6, maybe even a bit higher. So counting all that in, that's, 12 mil or so, something like that. But maybe a bit higher. Like I'll say let's be generous and say 15 million that these guys are going to take up. We add in Ekblad, that's a total of 26 million. We still have 8 million remaining, so that will be fine. And then everyone else is on 2-year deals. Honka, he's coming off. He'll be coming off. Well, this isn't even an entry level. I gave him a 1-year extension at around this price. It's a one. Is it one way? It might be one way here. Waiver eligible, yes. So it is a 1-way. Other than that, Vagiholi, nothing else major coming off. And, if Honka doesn't quite pan out, again, this guy's only going to want a couple mil by the looks of it. So, again, we'll still have 6 million at that point to work with. We'll say 5. So, we will have space. We will still have space on the goalie end of things, though. Both these guys on 1-year contracts. But depending on who we decide to keep or trade, I don't foresee us spending too much more on either of the goaltenders that we choose to keep here. I don't see that happening. I think it's about almost 7 mil that we're spending on goaltenders right now. I don't foresee it being much more than that. So I think we could easily afford to give Ekman-Larsson 11 mil for 2 years. And I think I want to do that to guarantee that he gets on my team. It's not very long of a contract, so we should be fine. And again, I really want to guarantee he gets on this team. Because as we kind of saw last year, it does help a lot to have that kind of big point production guy. We don't have Subban anymore. He put up, around 50 points for us. Ekman-Larsson, just coming off of a Norris win, probably will put up 60 to 70. And that would be great. Help out the first line. Help out everyone. Power play, everything. So let's try that. Guarantee that we can get him. I know no other teams are interested in him, but they could always come in and offer something. So we are cranking down his years quite a bit. So 11 million. That should be enough to secure Oliver Ekman-Larsson for us for 2 years. It's over 2 mil what he's asking for at that year rate. So that's what we're going to do. I don't need any of the forwards. I like our forward core. Marner would be great, don't get me wrong, but we already have plenty of winger playmakers. And again, I think we're set. I think Peyton Manning is going to be full ready for second line here. If we need to, make some other signing, we can, or make a trade, we can always do that. But as when it comes to free agency, I think we're only going to go after Ekman-Larsson here. Nice little 2-year contract for him. And we should be good. Another thing, although we do need to spend a bit more money, I think we'll put that in a depth forward because Honka should be able to play depth. You know what? Let's check that situation for him because Kruger is usually playing depth, but it is better to have 2 depth forwards. Again, the guy can play in the AHL if we really need him to. But let's check out what our forward situation is, and etc. So, Hischier, Henrik. Let's go by overalls here. It's a lot easier. Hischier, Henrik, Boyle, Karpovtsev, Nyquist, Manning, Krebs, Hamuse, and Sim. Bermanis is right. Oh, man. We're going to have a lot of guys ready here. Bermanis is definitely ready. Brizgalov's still up there. Man, I think we'd actually more or less need a forward to fill in, because I think our depth and everything is going to be just fine on the forward end here. Let's just count, like not even think about the lines. 3, 6, 9, 12. And we still have these two guys here. Yeah, I'd say we're going to be just fine on the forward end of things. Plus we have Hamalainen, 23, another two-way guy, pretty damn good defensively. Not amazing. He is already 23. And still listed as other forward, so that's a bit interesting. But he puts up points for the AHL, so this is his last year on that contract. We can decide about him after this year. But yeah, everything else I think we're just fine on. So we might actually want to get a depth guy for defense, although we do have Honka. Alright, so add in Ekman-Larsson. And we also have Pino. We don't need either. I guess I'll get just the forward end of things. Because defensively, I want to save space for all of the guys that we have signed. 5, although Pino might jump up. Ooh, this could be interesting. We might even want to... Yeah! This could be a bit of a interesting year here. Might have to make a decision, might have to make a trade. Alright, well, we'll see about all that. Might actually still want it to be a defenseman, because we only have 4, maybe 5 guys here that are going to be guaranteed in our AHL. Yeah, so I will make it a defenseman that I give a bunch of money to, because we'll, might need one. We can always sign somebody. He could always be scratched too. It really doesn't matter. But let's make it a defenseman who we give like 15 mil to. 11 plus 15 is what? 25. Well, 26, and then yeah, that'll be fine. 8 mil left. We'll be in the cap floor. We'll have space in the cap to be able to sign someone or trade for someone as a rental. So we should be just fine. Let's make it someone who's actually listed as depth, so they won't get all pissed. Muzzin listed as depth. That's funny. Zaboral, Juice. Don't want Juice back. Zaboral maybe. Serviceable. Get awareness. Muzzin, less serviceable. Carrick. I think Zaboral's the best one to get here. So let's offer him a year. Crank it up to about 15 mil to give the guy. And that will be fine. And that'll be our cap situation taken care of. Again, next year we shouldn't have to do this. We'll be just fine with all of our new contracts. So 15 mil for a year for Jacob Zaboral. 1 year, okay, good. Don't want to mess that up. Alright, so there we have it. That should be all the signings we need to make here. Exit out. Advance a couple days, make sure we get everyone back. Or everyone on roster that we're going after. Yep, Zaboral. Ekman-Larsson hasn't decided yet. Hopefully he does come here. He did, alright. He likes the amount of money we offered him. Well, welcome here, you Mr. Norris Trophy winner. Alright, solid stuff. Now, we are going to sim up to the regular season, get the lines taken care of. I'll send my scouts out, and we'll prepare to get some simming done. So, we'll see you guys then. Alright, so I think these are going to be the lines that we start with. Henrik, Hischier, and Boyle. We're going to try out this combination now. Karpovtsev's going to be second line again. We could always make the switch back. If it seems like we want that first line back together, we can always make that switch back. No worries. But I want to try this out just for Henrik. Mostly for him. Alright, we're also going to have him on the... I might keep him on the first power play, though. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to keep him on the first power play. Anyway, second line, Karpovtsev, Manning, Nyquist. Nyquist on the right-hand side. Karpovtsev on the one time with Manning in the middle. Hopefully this guy breaks out a bit this year. Krebs, Sim, and Brizgalov on the third line. They've all earned that ice time. And Hamuse, the enforcer, Burmistrov, new center, and Bermanis, also a guy coming up here. Now, this guy's pretty solid. Really good awareness defensively, but not so good other stats. We'll see how he does, but great offensive skills. I'm not too sure what he can bring to the table, but we'll be able to find out. Same with Burmistrov. Not amazing defensively, decent offensively, so this guy might not be something we have here all the, constantly or something like that, but it's always good to have another, center option, another playmaker option, but again, another guy doesn't look so strong on the faceoffs, which is a bit of an issue for us here. A lot of our faceoff takers are not too good, as you can see. He sure is our only good one on the faceoff. Defensively, Ekman-Larsson, Malmstrom, Kampainen, Pete, DiPietro, Vorobyov, same sort of lines that we did last year. Scratched is Honka and the Sofilis guy. I know he's listed as 4th line, but I'm going to use him as depth this year. He is 21. He is a low elite. He's only, close to 78 overall. We'll see about that after the jumps. I forgot one thing, was to put Krebs here on the point. I always forget one thing or another. There we go with that. But yeah, Nyquist, Manning, Henrik, Krebs, and Pete on the point. Ekman-Larsson and Kampainen on the point in the first one. Here's the 4-man. Sort of standard the way you expect to see it, although I may make a change here. In fact, I think I will make a change here. We'll do this. I did this on the 4-on-4 lines, and I would kind of like this better because Boyle can take faceoffs. Him and Karpovtsev, I think, have some pretty decent chemistry together, so we'll try that out. Penalty kill. They're saying Krebs on there. I was thinking about trying it out, but I'm having second thoughts now. He does have good awareness, but other than that, he doesn't. It's not really good anywhere else. I'm going to keep Hischier on the penalty kill this time. I might even try Ekman-Larsson on there now. I mean, we're not Kampainen, though. My goodness. How did I miss that? Is Malmstrom? Okay, yeah, he is on there. Vorobyov, I might do DiPietro, too. Or Pete. Let's do Pete. Alright, there we go. My bad. I always forget something here. Always something. Alright, there we go. How'd I have it before? Just making sure I got the right things. I am gonna keep Sim on there in the 3-man, though. Alright, so that's that for the special teams. The extras here. Hischier, Henrik on the 4-on-4. Ekman-Larsson, Malmstrom. Then Boyle, Karpovtsev. That combination again. Pete, Kampainen. I'll continue Manning and Nyquist. 2 playmakers on this one, 2 snipers on the other one. But, if they're capable enough, they could still definitely get the job done. Plus, that's the 3rd one. They probably won't see that much ice time in the 4-on-4. 3-on-3, Hischier, Henrik, Ekman-Larsson, Boyle, Karpovtsev, Pete, Manning, Nyquist, Kampainen. So you see kind of the theme I went with there with the duos here. And I think it should work out pretty well. Alright, goalie-wise, Mikola Warner, we'll see about their jumps when the season begins or when we get them scouted enough. We'll see which one's looking like the better goaltender, but they're both 24 now. We need them either both to be starters or we need something. We need to see, they need to show us something. And those are our 2 depth guys there. And no one's on no lines. I'll show you quickly the AHL stuff. Kruger's going to be playing AHL for us a bit. We were a bit short on the centers. Well, not really short, but I felt better than having him there than Nilsson and the other guys. So Spezza, Kruger, Hamalainen, Varlamov, Duchesne, Kolyakovo, Watt, Kurashev, Colborn, Hilbert, and that's the enforcer guy. He is 21 now, probably still hovering around 60, so he's less important, but also Carpenter in there. These are pretty much all elites. I'll show you all the potentials right now. Almost everyone in here is elite or top 6. Which I hear is pretty damn good to have. Defensively here, Pinot, Borodziak, Vaji-Holhi, Wisniewski. I got Zaboral on the last one. I went with this, getting a good defenseman on each pairing, so maybe that'll help spread out some of the love. And I think Borodziak should get enough of a jump to be higher towards that. Same with Wisniewski. Benoit can be there. We'll see how that works out for our defensive core. It don't really matter that I'm not going to go too in detail about the AHL. Ward and Lynch as the goalies. We'll see what happens with Ward. He probably is going to jump up to be ready for backup, in which case, hopefully we'll have an idea about which goaltender we're going to keep, how they're doing, and be able to make a trade with one of these guys, Mikola or Warner. So that's the game plan here, starting off. Suss out what our team's looking like, see the jumps available to us, and then begin to decide what moves we're going to make. Now, I'm still debating going after one of those offensive defensemen. If Kampainen isn't going to, sort of break out and make a jump and start producing points, then he's obviously, in my opinion, on the block in some way. So, and then maybe we could check out that guy from Chicago again or one of the other ones and actually send one of our pro scouts out to scout him out a bit. So that's kind of my idea here, and we have the whole year to kind of do that. All right, so think it's all. Before we get started, we do have some captaincy changes, as Riley Nash is no longer here. The captaincy was vacant, and I think you guys already have a pretty damn good idea who's getting that captaincy. He's been here for a while, since the very beginning. One of our first draft picks, Walter Boyle, number 33, is the captain. He sure's got an alternate, and since I'm not too sure about our back end yet, who's kind of going to step up and grab that, I gave it to Ekman-Larsson. Shorter term contract, but he is a veteran back there. Should be an anchor for us. So that's what's going on with that. And those are our captains and whatnot. So there we have it. And now we're about ready to get Sim in here. I already assigned all the scouts. They're off doing their jobs, so let's sim by the preseason here. You know what, do I have anyone who you know what? For preseason, I might add that Sofalist guy in there, because I kind of want to get an idea. I know I might not get him fully scouted, but I do want to have some sort of idea of what he is, so we know what Hamus is. He's an enforcer, so I'm going to sit him for the preseason and get this Sofalist guy in there. Just for preseason here. Alright. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. Now we're good to go. Let's go through preseason and then probably put back the other guy. I don't think we'll get him scouted. They rarely get fully scouted after this, but maybe this will be enough time. I don't think so, but we're going to try it anyway. I hope we get a good idea of what he's capable of. If not, he'll be coming in for injury. We should kind of gauge what he is after that. Tough loss there to Anaheim in the first game of the preseason, but we come back and beat the Oilers. Nice. So preseason's preseason. Oh, a lot of goals allowed there. Maybe Warner was in that. All right, nice win there against Vegas. Not a bad preseason so far. A lot of L's in there. I do expect that to change once we hit the regular season. I don't think anything will magically change, but let's get this last win here. Make me feel a bit better about our preseason. It's Vancouver. They're not doing good. They better not beat us. That sim's taking a while. Yes, yes, yes. We're compliant. All right, yeah, we did beat them 6-2. Waivers will be in effect on the 11th. We don't need to be sending anyone down or anything like that, so we're good. I already did that. So, okay. Interesting. You can assign them earlier than what they remind you to do. That's kind of weird. Alright, so let's see. Our locker room chemistry is at 78 now. That's a good start. Good start for us. Let's see if he did indeed get a bit scouted, or we know. No, he didn't at all. Ugh. Well, regular season starting. I gotta... You know what? I could switch him off. I could play Sofalist for a while, put Hamus in there. He's mostly an enforcer. I don't need him to go crazy and get super high overall. In fact, I'd prefer he didn't. So, you know what? We might start off with Sofalist for the first bit, get him scouted out, then we can put Hamus back in there. And I might switch him off throughout the year. Again, Hamus is an enforcer. He doesn't need to play every single game. So I think that might be a strategy we'd go with. Burmistrov is guaranteed 82 overall. That's not too bad. We can switch him in Sim for a bit. Just for a bit. I know I don't, maybe this kind of stunt Sim, but you know what? I could kind of okay with that because I need this guy to be a future third or fourth line center at this point. That's what he is. I know he was a first round pick, but he's looking like he's more of a defensively responsible guy. Defensively responsible guy. There we go. Got there in the end. All right. Manning is a guaranteed 83. Bit slow on the development, this guy, but his offensive stats are good, and now he is officially listed as a second-line center, so he should be just fine there. Hopefully, with Karpovtsov there, they have some good production. Not too sure. We'll see, though. I should have stopped shortly after preseason so I could check all the stats. That's my bad, but that's all right. Let's get started here. I'm going to go a little bit at a time, not going to go to the first 2 months, because, again, I want to put Hamus back in there at some point. So there's a lot of games right here. We're going to have auto rotations on for now. Let's go right up to there. That's a big chunk of games. That's a big chunk of games. A lot of back-to-backs early on here. So let's see how the Seattle Vikings get going here. A win against Nashville, 5-1. No thank you. Another win against Columbus, 4-3. What is this? I don't need defense. Why does it keep saying I need defense? Take McCullough off the block for now. Come on, game. I'm just going to clear my block here because that's annoying. Didn't expect that in the beginning. And I don't know why they're trying to send me defense. I'm perfectly fine. All right, let's see. Continuing on here, Montreal. We lose to them 5-4. First loss, regulation loss at that, but we got the goals. I don't think we'll see much scouted here in the beginning. Jared Stoll. All right. Jody Stoll over there in the Liga. Looking like 5th overall. Offensive defenseman. All right. How about any low elites? Do we got them scouted yet? A few actually very close. And look at that. See, this is why you draft way out, or this is why you scout super deep, because you never know what can come of it. You never know. All right. Good stuff. All defensemen right there, too. Very interesting. All right. So our scouts are busy at work right now. All right. Divisional game here against Calgary. Defending Stanley Cup champs. We need to get this win. We need to send a message to them. There we go. That's a message. 7-3 victory over them. Carolina's bad team. Get the easy points, guys. Ooh, 1-0 win. Not as easy as they come, but we got the shutout. Loss against Edmonton. We get a point out of it. So we're 4-1-1. Still doing pretty good. 2-2-2 Pittsburgh in town. Bermanis has been injured with a pulled groin. Estimated return is a 6. So Ezra Hamunis will go right in there. Sofalos is an 80 overall. This would be a third liner. 84, 87, and 90 for his defensive stats. Those are really good. Let's put him on his right wing side. Stuff in Hamus here. Boom. Krebs is an 81. Seriously? He's got to have statistical minuses or something like that. Krebs is looking like fucking trade bait. He's been listed as third liner the entire time. He's still on the power play. How the heck? Maybe he had statistical pluses now. Lost, but 23. Still only 81 overall. This guy's looking like an absolute bust. Yeah, it really is. Unfortunate. But that's just the way it goes sometimes. This guy, how high do we draft this guy? 10th overall. A bust at 10th overall. Not exactly what you want. All right, nice win there against Pittsburgh. Another shutout. 5-1-1 here in the last 2 games. Before we completely stop and check everything. A win and then a loss in the shootout. 6-1-2 here. Great start. Burnaby's 8-1, so they're doing, our AHL team's doing great. Walter Boyle's leading in points with 10 thus far, and we are first in the division. Locker room chemistry's at 80. Things are looking up for us. All right, well, not too sure what to do about Krebs here. Very interesting, though. All right, let's check out any jumps or declines here. Anything like that. Karpovtsev's got 7 points in 9 games played. That's really not bad. Only 4 points for Peyton Manning. 6 points for Nyquist. So the second line is still producing pretty well. 4 points for Brizgalov on that third. Burmistrov's only got 1 assist. Krebs has got 6 points, so he's still doing good. How many of those are on the power play, though? None so far. So he's got no production on the power. All right, so he's doing okay in the 5-on-5, but yeah. Very interesting, his growth right there, and sort of settling in here. And he's not that great defensively. 88, 73, and 77. It's very spread out. Anyway, Burmistrov is an 81. He's only got 1 assist. But that third line's still doing okay. Plus minus side is pretty good. Sims got 4 points on the fourth line. He's a +2, so hey, he's doing well. Hamus is in there. He's got 1 goal in 2 games played. Good job, Sofalis. 9 games played, 3 points, +2. Things are going well. Ekman-Larsson and Malmstrom looking good. Ekman-Larsson's already put up 8 points. That's exactly what we needed out of him. Kemppainen is still an 83. Ugh. At least he's got 5 points right now, though, so he's actually producing pretty well early on, but we need some growth out of the guy. Vorobyov and DiPietro, not as strong as they were last year. What we could do as well is try putting in Honka as well, switching out Vorobyov, or maybe switching out DiPietro, but DiPietro seemed to be the strongest. He's now, ooh, he's actually listed as top 4 now, not what we wanted to see. Same with Vorobyov, so ice time may become an issue here. Yep. May become an issue. Not exactly what we wanted to see, so maybe put him in on the PK. Before we do that, I want to check what my PK is doing. I didn't check the goalies yet either. But let me check how the PK is doing early on. See if we can get him some extra ice time so they don't complain about that. I hate that 81. Goals against is great so far. Goals for, yeah, everything's good. Power play's decent. Penalty kill's really freaking good. So I can't really mix it up right now. It's doing super good. Again, it's very, very early. Anything could fall back into place. Power play could be doing a bit better. We're drawing a lot of penalties, but we need to score a bit more. Alright, well, interesting. Alright, let's continue the sim here. Now, I might keep Ezra Hamuse in and sit someone else, maybe the Sophilus guy, since we kind of know what he is. Since he'll be, the dude we'll have is going to be back on the 6th. Let's sim up to the end here. And see how this team continues to carry itself. Loss right there, but we get another point out of it, but that's a few losses there in OT. We need to get better at that. Alright, come on now. Beat Detroit here. Bermanis is fully healed and available. Okay, so let's sub in Bermanis for Sophilus here. Oh, he's 84 over. Oh, my goodness. Is he a second liner? Yes, he is. Ugh. Brizgalov's also a second liner? Really? I'm going to continue to play him on the third line. Krebs is actually getting decent production, so I feel like I can't move him off that line. This guy is only 20, so he shouldn't complain too much about ice time, but damn, those offensive stats are good. Defensively, he is good too. Oh, man. Controversy here, but I'm just going to leave him for now. Depth is important. A nice win there against Detroit. Islanders are a decent team. Let's get a win off them, though. There we go. All right, divisional opponent. We need that big 2 points there. 9-1-3. Another back-to-back game here. Again, I forgot to check the goaltenders, but we will have a really good idea when I do stop. 4-3. You know, I'm going to stop right now because it could be the case where, well, it won't really matter. I'm not going to make a trade in this video. I'm going to leave that to you guys. So, you know what? Let's just keep going here. Ward won't be hurt too much if he is listed as a backup now. He probably will be. Another win right now. We're getting some wins. Another win. The streak continues. 13-2-3 for Seattle. And we're looking very good. A shutout against Vegas, and we are just on fire right now. Can we keep it going? Yes, another win right there. I'm going to have to count this. All right, finally it loses. Okay, or finally we lose. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10-game winning streak. We lose a game, we come right back and win another. A divisional opponent coming up in Anaheim. Good year for rookies. Cool story. Cody Henrik is fully healed. Minor injury for him. He's all right. And we beat Anaheim too, 5-3. We're 17-3-3. Burnaby 16-6-2. Great start. I don't know if I could really justify splitting things up. And there's Walter Boyle leading our team in points once again, 25-23. And we're top in the division, leading by 4 points with a game in hand as well. So that's great. We're in really good shape here starting off. All right, so goals for per game, 3.39. Goals against, 1.87. That's incredible. Power play still 20.5. Second best in our division, though. Well, no, third best in our division. Could improve. Penalty kill, though, 94.2. It's working. Our penalty kill's working. I don't want to split it up. They're killing it, and we're not even we have the least amount of penalties taken, and we've only allowed 3 power play goals this entire season. Wow. This is what it's like to have a good penalty kill. 7-1-2 on home ice, 10-2-1 away, 8-2 in the last 10. We're killing it. We're killing it right now. All right, let's check the personal stats here. Walter Boyle at the head of things. We'll stick with forwards for now. 25 points in 23 games played. Heischer with 23. Henrik with 21. Looking good. Krebs has 21 points, so he's actually on fire. Karpovtsev, though, not off to the greatest start. It looks like he really needed to be on that first line to get all that production. Second line in general is a bit slow. But they're not quite on pace for 50, but I think they could improve as the year wears on. Peyton Manning needs to grow as this year goes on, too. He's got great offensive stats, but he needs a little more oomph. Plus minus isn't bad, but it could be better. We might even consider, trying out Brizgalov up there or something like that. Who knows, but, even moving, Another thing we could try is Henrik down on that center position, Karpovtsev back to the first line, and we can mix it up like that, and then even try Brizgalov up there, Henrik, Nyquist, and move Manning down a line or something like that. Always a possibility. Sim's doing good, +6. Bermanis is doing, he's doing solid. +3 in 19 games played with 11 points. Not bad production out of the guy. Burmistrov, 5 points in 23 games played, +3. Sofilis has 11 games played, 4 points, +3. Ezra Hamus in there, 4 points in 16 games played, ± a 5. A lot of penalties, but I guarantee most of those are fights. 5 fights, so 25. He's actually taken a bit more minor penalties than he has in the past. Yeah, he's got 13. What? Yeah, he took a major. Maybe he took a... I don't know. Anyway, but that's what he's there for. Now we could put Sofilis back in, but he's also a +5, so... Tough to call. He's an 85 overall. Just keeps growing. Alright, check out our defenseman here. Ekman-Larsson, 13 points in 23 games played, so he dropped off. But Keegan Pete, man, 12 points in 23 games played. He's a very good supplemental goal scorer. Well, Kemplainen, 7 points in 23 games played. I don't think this guy's got it, but their plus-minus is great, as opposed to last year when it was terrible. Vorobyev and DiPietro, it's alright. Nothing too bad about it. Alright, goalies. Oh, shit. Well, I completely forgot to turn goalie rotations back on, so Mikkola has played every single game. How did I forget that? I totally thought, oh my goodness. I did that for the playoffs, yeah. Well, he's been killing it so far, so I actually really don't care. Anyway, I need to actually check those goals. God damn it. I hate when I do that. But he's been killing it. He's been simming like a boss. He's played every single game. That's a little bit bad. I'm glad he surprised he didn't get injured. And that was a bunch of back-to-backs in here. He's only an 83 overall. Warner hasn't played at all. Only an 83 overall, though. But I'll turn on goalie rotations. At least Warner will kind of fill in the backup now. Ward is an 82. So you know what? He's the same. Yeah, and Lynch wasn't fucking playing either. That's all my bad. Damn it! I should have checked it earlier. I should have checked it when I stopped, but I'm like, oh no, it's fine. Damn. Alright, well. Obviously, that's not good. Man, Sim's good. 82 overall now, too. He's settling right in. I'm going to keep him on the fourth line for a bit, though. Alright, well. We don't know what Warner is yet, so but we could just make the trade. We saw how Mikkola was doing. Absolutely insane. If he keeps this up, he's going to get statistical growth, most likely. So, I mean, how bad could it be? I don't know, but he didn't grow too much. So maybe we could blind trade Warner. Maybe we want to leave it for a bit, but again, the longer Ward is in that role... He is only 22 and already 82. So he can afford to be in that role for a bit longer. I'm just pissed at myself that I forgot to turn auto rotations off. That's really stupid. But our team was doing great because of it. I mean, look at Mikkola's fucking stats. I don't even care that much because he killed it. But, yeah. It sucks about Krebs seeming to not grow, but he's having an incredible production year, so I'm hesitant to move him out. Hamus is still an enforcer. I can still sub him out for a bit and put in the other guy, and I might continue to do that. Give him some games here and there. Go switch him off month by month. So we'll put in Sofilis like that. I don't want him taking too many penalties, getting in too many fights, and stretching us a bit thin. So we'll do that. Give him some comparable ice time here. But all right, so whoops. And uh-oh actually turned out to be really good for us. And luckily Mikkola didn't get injured. He's actually killing it right now as our goaltender. Alright, let's check out some growth here. That's all statistical. Maybe Vorobyev has some natural statistical minuses. Pretty heavy statistical minuses. I don't know why. All I can only guess is he's a two-way forward and he doesn't like his production. I don't like that, but whatever. Hamus has got statistical minuses. You're an enforcer, dude. Calm down. Peyton Manning, statistical minuses. That happens all the time in this fucking game. Too many statistical minuses. morale growth, but statistical minuses. Boyle got a little bit of statistical growth still. Hopefully he has another big year. Jumps him back up. All right, in our system, though, Kubas has grown. Actually, not a whole lot of growth yet. Jacobs Borrell's got statistical minuses, actually. Damn, that changed quick. Listed as top 4. No, you're staying. No, sorry, listed as top 6. But he's staying in my AHL. I don't care. He's done. Is he demoralized? It doesn't look like he has any morale minuses, so interesting. Other than that, not a whole lot of growth yet. Nothing from our goaltenders. Well, that kind of sets me back in my plans. I was hoping to have everyone kind of figured out by now, but having automated goalie rotations on still was a bit of a hiccup. Damn. All right, well, we'll be able to figure that out and hopefully get it right. So we'll have to go a little bit farther here, but, I mean, we could just blind trade Warner right now as well and just bring up Ward. We could do that. He's 2 years younger at the same overall. If we're looking for a true number one, and maybe not Mikkola is going to get there, he would be a very serviceable backup, but we'll spend a lot in goaltenders if we do that, but maybe Ward takes the cake and is the better guy. It'd be good to see him in an NHL setting at least. He's on his last year, so we could do that. Kind of blind trade Warner there and put in Ward immediately, or wait till we see what Warner is. Maybe he jumps up, and we've had automated rotations off, so that's always a possibility that he jumps up and then he starts taking away a lot more games. If he doesn't play as good, then obviously we just freaking trade him, and we could bring up Ward. Still have Lynch in there. Maybe trade for another goaltender, but we need to see what Lynch is gonna jump up to, because it might be starting potential. So all right, there we have it. And for draft picks, we have all of our normal picks. We're gonna get maybe a few picks here, but we're not gonna overdo it, obviously. Maybe not even get any picks now, but I don't know where all the excess value is gonna go to. All right, well, that's it. Bit of a screw up on my part here, but the happy part is we're 17-3-3. That's a more than 2-to-1 win-loss ratio, and way more if you only count regulation. But if you add that in, 17-6, still very good. Very good. Okay, so that takes care of that. Let me know what about the things I was talking about those line changes. I think we're going to switch off with Hammies and the other guy. Our locker room chemistry is at 82%, so our team just seems to be flying right now. But we'll see what happens with the automated goalie rotations back on. See how Warner does in net, and then decide if we want to bring up Boyle. But yeah, let me know, guys, about trading Warner. I think he should be the one we trade. Even though Mikkola has less trade value, he is doing incredible right now. And even if Ward overtakes him, Mikkola doesn't look like he's going to grow more. We could have a really amazing 1-2 punch and goal for us in the future. So I'm very excited about that. So all right, guys, let me know about all that kind of stuff. Remember to leave that like, and I will see you guys in the next one. If watching my videos just isn't enough sin for you, be sure to go over there on Twitter and shoot me a follow, and you could even join our Discord server as well to talk with some of the other sinners out there. The links to both are in the description.